So in the last few months, we've gotten a question a lot about what our dry fire routine is and what is it that we actually do when we're dry firing at home. And first, you should know that it's probably different for Instructor Michael, Instructor Ben, Instructor Bob, me, and certainly you, and that's okay. How I'd like to think about dry fire is in two components. One, a sort of core routine, and then two, supplemented by something that I'm just trying to work on or get better. So I'm actively learning something, but I'm keeping up my current skills. I like to be able to press the trigger really well to get super accuracy. So my core routine, which I'm going to share with you today, is 7 minutes long, and it's 3 exercises. And I'm going to show that to you now. So when I do dry fire, I don't use the magazine. So I just stow the magazine. I may have other drills that I use it for. So I want to make sure that we do our 3-point check. So we check the breech face and we check the chamber and we check the magazine well to make sure that this guy is totally empty. And then I start my exercises. So the first one I call dead trigger. It involves getting a really good pistol grip, taking aim, pulling the trigger, and then pulling the trigger 4 or 5 more times and watching where that front sight is. So here's what it looks like. So I pull the trigger and then I just, that's it. So I'm pulling the trigger extra just so I can kind of watch where I am naturally moving that front sight. So where that front sight moves as I pull on that dead trigger, see if I can show you here. I want to do my best to keep it inside that little window of the back sight notch. And if I can do that, I'm pretty happy. If I start to see it disappear one way or the other, I know that one hand is overpowering the other hand, and I'm squeezing the gun in a certain way that's not going to make my second shot very accurate. So I do that for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, not much. And then from there, what I want to do is incorporate something called the reset press. So the reset press is, I actually pull the trigger, and then while it's pinned to the rear, I will re-rack the slide, and that resets the trigger, and then I can reset and press again. Now, when I do that, I'm going to make sure that I am up on target. I have a really nice, solid grip, and I'm going to choose my moment when I do it, and I'm going to do it as quickly as possible. I want to induce kind of a failure here, okay? And you will notice your front sight will fall out of that window or will certainly move one way or the other. That is an exaggerated direction of your misses. So mine will typically go to my opposite side. So I'm a righty, so it will typically go right. Most righties, it will typically go low left, but I tend to overpower with my dominant hand. So as I reset that trigger, that one was pretty good. That one was pretty even. So I'm happy with that. And I'll do that, for a minute or two till I'm really getting quite confident I can pull that trigger quickly without it disturbing the front sight. And the last one is one you don't even really need to pull the trigger on. The last one is getting that front sight up on target as quickly as possible. So fingers off the trigger. It's kind of this final portion of the draw stroke. I kind of start right here, this sort of compressed ready, and I'm bringing it up. I'm kind of rolling this hand in, bringing it up on target, and I'm just stopping as quickly as possible and seeing where my front sight is. A little left, a little high, good, bad, good, high, low, good, left, left, good, ooh, bad, good. So I'll do that for probably about 2 minutes. Again, making sure that I really grip the trigger or grip the handgun very firmly. I don't want to cheat myself at a building strength. This will help build up your strength just by that isometric pressure of getting a good grip. That's my core. I don't do much more than that. If you have other stuff that you want to do to help hone your skills, great to get some kind of PAR timer. There's one I use called PAR Pro, just for my iPhone, which is 2 beeps, and you have to perform something within the time frame of those 2 beeps, and that's really great. Could be, it beeps, you want to grab the pistol, be up on target, pull the trigger before the second beep goes off. Great. You could do reloads. Reload exercise kind of starts here. Start with it here, already in the gun, right here, and then put it on top of your pouch. Up, pouch. In the magazine well, pouch. Just kind of see where your body has to move, where that arm has to move in order to get that in there really quickly. Then seat it in there, shove it up in there. So reload drills, part-time drills, multi-target drills are really great. Move the gun from target to target. Don't even need to press the trigger for that one. See how quickly you can acquire stuff. So that would be sort of second half. What else needs work? But that core workout, 7 minutes long, get after it. Cheers.